Good evening, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Thursday Things. Yeah, I didn't almost say retro cinema this time. So, tonight I have a very special guest. Of course, every Thursday Things has a very special guest. But before we bring on our special guest, Odelia says I need emojis. Well, once I figure out how to do that, I don't know if I have to be monetized or not.
You need basic monetization.
Yeah,
first.
I'm not monetized yet, so...
Let's get her those watch hours, folks.
I need watch hours. I have... Actually, give me a second, and I'll tell you exactly how many I have. I know I'm over 2,100.
It's a challenge. Once you realize what it takes to get those watch hours and you start increasing your output, it takes time to start building it.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I am currently at 2,161 watch hours.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you guys want to, open up a separate tab, let some of my vids play, or, the live ones, which are a little bit longer, go for it. Get me some of those watch hours. That would be great. Because the sooner I become monetized, the better.
The sooner you get those emojis, right?
Exactly. Of course, joining me tonight is the love of my life, that guy at the end of the bar, Troy Pacelli. How you doing tonight, sweetie? And what are you sipping on?
Real good. I just waved, and of course, you're the only one that can see me.
Hi!
I'm drinking a Diet Dr. Pepper because somebody loves me and replenished my my carbonation stash.
Yeah, it's like we have Amazon Sub and Save. So every month I have it set so that we will get, certain products. And he was completely out of soda. And we hadn't been to the store because... it's weird. Since COVID, we haven't really gone out a lot.
We've become incredibly reclusive, at least in the physical sense.
Well, more Troy than me. But since we hadn't gone out shopping, it's like, okay, I'll put it on our Sub and Save. So even if we don't go out for grocery shopping, we still have soda coming in for him. Because I don't touch the stuff. I mean, it's rare now if I have a soda. And... So yes, we got our soda supply in yesterday, along with his, we call him, for those of you watching the Twin Peaks on Sparkwood and 21 on Tuesdays, you'll know that we just got into the Dougie Jones episodes. Dougie Jones really likes his coffee and caffeine. So we call our energy drinks Dougie Jones.
I have the same reaction that Dougie Jones had in the very last episode when he drank his coffee every morning.
Yes. So we have a can in the morning, and, we actually share a can in the morning. I'll take a couple sips, and he gets the rest. And so that's to start the day, so we call it Dougie Jones. So we got our stock for the month of Dougie Jones as well. So, yeah, giving you way too much information. You don't need to know any of that.
Yeah.
But he's happy. And I am still drinking my Meyer brand sparkling water berry flavored. It's like, so, well, we will have to go to the store eventually because I only got about 5 cans left of that. So maybe this weekend we can go grocery shopping. I can replenish my stock. Well, let us say hello to the chat before we bring our special guest in. I got, words. First up was Lady Myst. She was here at 7 o'clock tonight. Thank you for being here, a lovely lady. We also have Big L saying to have a great show. Connie Cleary saying hello to the chat. Let's see. Lady Myst was kind enough to drop the link for our guest channel, so I do have that pinned to the top of the chat. So thank you, sweetie. We have Tim. Hi, Tim. How you doing? Curtis Selby. Mora Kitty Ray. Oh, cool. That's awesome. Myra Kitty is so sweet. Let's see. Whoop. I just scrolled a little faster than I wanted to.
Comments are coming in too, so it's going to jump on you.
Yeah. So you always got to be careful because sometimes it just goes, and it's like, okay, now where was I? that last call with Tripicelli being in the chat.
Yep, yep.
How you doing, sweetie? Me saying hello to everybody. There's a lot of somebodies in here. Some side comments going on. Deleted scenes. How you doing, sweetie? And he says too, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, not just to the panel, but to our special guest and to each other as well.
Yep, yep.
Cursive says when she's monetized, I bet she has. I'm not sure what that last word is. So. Oh, maybe some. Oh, for the emojis, I guess. Okay.
Yeah.
H Boomer, how you doing, sweetie? Welcome to the chat. Matt Sheetwood, good evening, sweetie. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. My comments are jumping, so JPRPH1, hi, sweetie. Everybody saying hello to everybody. I think I got everyone. If I missed you, please let me know, because I always have to say hello to my sweeties out there. So our guest tonight has never been on, so he's not a returning one, which I sometimes have. He has a very interesting channel. He does a lot of gaming, so if you're into gaming, you will definitely love our guest. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, let me present to you Apy0n. How you doing, sweetie? And what are you sipping on?
Hello, and right now I'm just sipping on some ice water with ice.
That works.
Perfectly good.
Yeah.
Pretty much the same thing I've got, except for no ice, and mine's like seltzer water.
Yep.
Yeah.
Good, good.
Having a little sipping water. But I'm doing pretty good. How you guys doing tonight?
Doing wonderfully. It's near the end of the week. We got one more day.
Yeah.
And then the weekend.
Yeah, it seemed to drag for me right around midweek. But yeah, we're now in the home stretch, so to speak. I'm looking forward to my drinkies tomorrow night.
Little drinky poos.
Yes, you get me.
Yep. Every Friday night on Last Call, you can be amused while Troy drinks whatever the drink is of the week, and gets a little slosh.
You can be amused as I am abused.
You're the one drinking it, honey. No
That's
one's forcing
true.
you.
That's true. I'm not blaming anyone but myself.
You know, sweetie, I'm scrolling through the hellos, and I don't see.
Oh, for crying out loud! I'm sitting right here. I'm saying it to you directly.
Yes, but I still like to see it in the chat.
Okay, there you go. People can tell us to get a room.
Yeah, it's like Troy and I have been married 32 years. Come August 3rd. So it's like, yeah, we're old farts that have been around a while. So of course, we still do the cutesy stuff. I always say in the chat, "Hello, love of my life." So he usually responds, "I love you too." So,
Sometimes preemptively.
yeah, sometimes.
See, there's Tim. I knew you'd come through for me.
It's always nice to see happy couples, though.
Yeah, that's true.
I've never been married. Not even close.
You know, you don't do it until you find the right person. That's the key.
I think I've only really been in like love one time, and then like nothing really like that. So it's been a rough one for old Apy0n. I can't even say my own name right.
Yeah,
it's like you definitely want to
I
wait
still don't
until you
know.
have the right person, and you know that's the one.
Yeah.
Because what they say, marry in haste, repent at leisure.
Yeah, exactly. And I think people have forgotten the whole concept of a commitment. You know, I told Netter. You know, people ask what the secret of our success was. I said, well, I told her. You know, we're gonna vow till death do us part. I take that seriously. That means if you want out, one of us got to die.
Romeo and Juliet.
Yep.
Patty Claire said, "Wait a minute, you both are in a room."
Yes, together. We are quite literally, within 5 feet of each other.
I
Yes.
figured that when Netter's network thing was the mic was muted, but then her voice was still coming through from Troy's. I was
Yeah,
like,
we
okay,
share a mic.
they're
Yeah,
right next to each other.
it's like a boom between us.
That's cool. It sounds good.
Yeah, it's like on Troy's channel, since he is monetized, anytime he gets a super chat, super sticker, or whatever, we're putting that towards getting
Eventually,
better
yeah.
equipment.
The first goal is a mixer so that we can have our own separate mic.
Yeah.
Right. And for me, because I'm not monetized, if you want to help this channel with getting that equipment, I have the Thing Fund, which is, and I have to go through my, okay, where's my verbiage? Here we go. I'm going to drop in the chat my tip jar.
Yeah, I've got a mixer. I love that thing.
Yep, see?
Super good equipment.
Yeah, you're going to have to tell us what kind you have, like, later in the green room after we finish the show. Let us know, like, what kind you got, because we definitely need one.
Yeah,
So
and then recently we tried out, like, me and my buddy on our channel, we tried out the lapel mics, you know, those little mics you, like, just stick on your, like, shirt, you know? Those actually sound really great, too. I was kind of hesitant on them on how they would sound, but they sound pretty good as well, and they're not too pricey. They're pretty decent.
Good.
Well, we're definitely going to talk after the show. So, right now, let's talk about you. So, Apy0n, how did you come up with that name for your channel?
Well, it was actually my Xbox gamer tag from a long time ago.
Oh.
And it was kind of based on like a Gundam Wing character, like named Apy0n, and then I changed it to Apy0n. Like I changed the E to an A, and then the O to a 0. And then that was like my Xbox gamer tag for a long time. And then I just decided that to be my YouTube name because it's just a name I'd had for like 10 years on Xbox. So I just decided to use it and kind of went from there. And at first I wasn't even really doing YouTube like to chat and talk and stuff. Like I didn't really have a video where I had my voice in there for a while. It was mostly just like Planet Coaster stuff at the very beginning, which is like a roller coaster tycoon type game where you make your own amusement park.
Pretty
fun
I see
stuff.
those.
Oh yeah.
There's some gamers that do these ones where they want to see how much destruction they can cause.
I mean, that really is the fun, right? I mean, why else do you play The Sims, for example, unless it's to, horrendously murder your Sims?
Yeah, just like with the Jurassic Park game, you let all the dinosaurs out and just watch the havoc ensue, and yeah, sometimes a little carnage, you just gotta let it happen. It's fun to watch. But yeah, I started doing shorts and stuff, and the shorts were doing really good. Like I think a lot of my subscribers were probably from the shorts, because then I started doing Fortnite shorts, and that seemed to get quite a bit of views as well.
Yeah, I did see on your channel that you had Final Fantasy on there. That was like the first thing I saw. So is that what you would consider to be your primary gaming?
Well, I have like all the systems, so I'm pretty spoiled in that way. So I do love Final Fantasy. I play Fortnite and Apex Legends on my Xbox. I play the Final Fantasy on the PlayStation. I have the Star Wars Hunters game on my Nintendo Switch, and I've also played like Legend of Zelda. What was the one before Tears of the Kingdom? Breath of the Wild. That was like one of my favorite games. Such a fun game.
Wow.
Agent Boomer says, I played Zoo Tycoon once. I let the lions out of the cage till they attacked the guests. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Yeah.
Starve the lions first, get them real nice and hungry.
I mean, I am so bad with The Sims that, it wasn't enough for me to, to keep drowning them and, setting their houses on fire. And waiting for them to randomly get hit by a piece of space debris. I had to start loading hacks, in order to, hit them with an asteroid whenever I felt like it, or I enabled, they had you can have them fight. Well, you can get custom animations so that they can actually kill each other.
Yeah, you delete the ladder to the swimming pool so they can't get out.
Exactly.
Delete the door in the room when a fire starts.
Oh, welcome, SW Gamer.
Yep, absolutely.
About the Star Wars Outlaw game, I'm definitely going to buy it. I think the $130 price is ridiculous. I think video games are getting way too expensive. Like they have these special editions of games now where you're basically buying like a second game on top of the game, and it's just $130 right out the gate is just pretty expensive.
Oh wow.
Well, it feels to me like they are making the gamer pay for their they're not being ready at the time that they release it. You know, they put out a game that's barely playable, if playable at all, and then, you know, forcing you to then download a patch later on to actually have an actual game. You don't charge somebody full price if it's not a fully functional game from day one, you know?
Yeah, I feel like we're paying to be game testers now.
Yeah.
Like we're paying them to test their games for them and tell them what's wrong with it. It's like, wait a minute, how did we get here?
Yeah,
Exactly.
and I've been hearing a lot more gamers saying, you know, they are no longer what do you call it? Pre-ordering anymore. They're like, "No, I am not doing that anymore. There's no reason for it. I refuse."
Yeah, it's weird how the prices of the games are going up, but it doesn't feel like they're doing more for that price. It's like you kind of have to explain why I'm paying more, and not just, oh, it's getting games are costing more to make. It's like I don't believe you sometimes, especially when you see some of these half-baked games that come out that aren't finished.
Yeah.
And it's just yeah, you get games like Suicide Squad, or you know.
Looks like Star Wars. Is that Star Wars Gamer? Is that what SW Gamer is? Let me know.
Yeah, Star Wars Outlaw is coming out next month. It's the game that got all the backlash because they like
yeah,
people say they uglified the main girl, like they
yeah.
made her ugly and stuff. And
Yeah, well, that doesn't narrow it down much these days. They all do that now.
Real quick, I want to say hello to Enigma Severus and Samuel Proctor. How you doing, sweetie?
And SW Gamer says video games were $60 for decades. Shouldn't the people who make the games get a raise? And I agree, finish games before release. Yeah, I mean, I know that's something that's not just that industry. I think all the industries literally take advantage of their employees, and there needs to be. Look, I don't mean to get off on a tangent here, but I think most people that follow me know I'm not a big labor guy. I'm not a big union guy, but I firmly believe that you know, under the concept of free market, under the concept of capitalism, there should be a reasonable ability for employees to have some kind of collective bargaining. And I do think that these industries like coders and programmers and whatnot, the artists and the people that really create this stuff for these companies need to say, look, you know, we need to be treated fairly, and if we're not, we'll walk. You know, I mean, hell, in some places now I can get a living wage flipping burgers. You know, so
yeah.
You know, if you're going to be charging those kinds of dollars, you need to start compensating us, because that's the, you know, and again, this applies to all the different industries. They say you can have whatever it is you want that you're asking of your employees or whatever. You can have it cheap, you can have it fast, or you can have it good. Pick two, you know. And the problem is that they give these coders and programmers and designers, they give them these ridiculous drop dead dates, you know, and say you got to have it done by this time. No, we're not going to pay you any more for it, and you're not even making a whole lot of money to begin with. And we expect it to work and be good, and you know, from day one. And you can't do that. It won't work. The best talent will leave, so you're already, you know, stuck with people that are just phoning it in. You know, you're not going to hit those deadlines, and there's no motivation, you know, on the labor side. Just yeah.
No, totally. Like they overwork them. Like with the case of BioWare, they overworked their staff so much that they tried to sabotage the Dragon Age game Inquisition, but it came out and people still liked it, and they were like, "Oh shit, we were trying to literally make this game bad on purpose to show that like we were being pressured, but it backfired, and it's like we want more games like this." But it's like, no, the whole process of how that game was made was flawed because how horrible the people that were making it were treated. It sold good, but that doesn't mean that we should keep making them that way. And that's there's a lot of the major video game companies aren't the same. Like Blizzard is not even near what it used to be at all because it's like a Activision puppet now. It doesn't have its soul anymore. And the BioWare guy, or the guy that did BioShock, Ken Levine, left his company, and so like a lot of these people that made these classic games that are like super iconic, they're just not in those companies anymore. Naughty Dog's another good example. When they got rid of the main lady from Naughty Dog, that was like super important to the Uncharted games and The Last of Us. They got rid of her, and then Neil Druckmann pretty much got to take over, and everybody has their feelings about that guy. And yeah.
On a somewhat related, I don't want to call it a tangent because we're really on topic still. Have you been following Smash JT?
No.
Yeah, Smash JT is a YouTuber here who got real popular lately because he's been going after the game. Well, his channel is mostly gaming news, and so forth, and sometimes even some deep dives on some of the topics lately. And he's really been going after a lot of these gaming and these game companies and their DEI and stuff. And calling them out.
Ubisoft is, oh my gosh, Ubisoft is just they're in so much trouble with what they did with the mishandling of Assassin's Creed Shadows. Like they had to issue an apology to Japan because and they might even get the Japanese government's gonna look into the game and see if it's a misrepresentation of their culture and all this stuff. And
this is why it's bad enough that they're doing this kind of stuff, but the fact that they can't pay attention to business and the industry the way a company should and say, gee, a lot of people point to, for example, what's it called? Bud Light. Okay, the Bud Light effect. And companies are going, okay, we don't want to go the way Bud Light did. Let's change what we're doing. That's intelligent. That's wise, right? You follow market trends, right? That's another thing. Back in the beginning when all the DEI started, I don't blame companies. They thought it would be, a wise investment. It's the way the market is going. We should do what the market is doing. And then when they realized it wasn't working, they started going, why is everyone still doing this? Then Bud Light was the bellwether, and they started going, okay, let's stop doing this. Well, when I saw this the whole Japan coming out and planning to take legal action and, and whatnot, I'm like, this is that Amazon Cleopatra thing all over again.
It really is.
It's like, pay attention, people. They say that you can learn the easy way, you can learn the hard way. The easy way is you learn from other people's mistakes. Right. The hard way is after everyone else do it, you do it too because you think it's going to be different for you. And guess what? You just learned a lesson.
Yeah, you can't rewrite history. Some people will take offense to that.
Mm-hmm. Well, and a lot of people have been very okay, thank you. A lot of people have been kind of pointing out, that I was just distracted and I completely lost what I was saying. I'm sorry. Never mind.
That's all right.
Yeah, never mind. Let's yeah. But yeah,
that was my fault. I mean, leaves his stream of consciousness there.
No, the stream.
Well, okay. This is there's a couple ways I can take this. Tim FKHC 2005 brings up a point. They should just make a game where you can't beat it. From a certain point of view, I agree with that. But there's so many different kinds of games. There are games that you want there to be a story too that you want to bring to completion. You want it to also have replayability. But then there's some of these games that are just these awesome open sandbox type things that you could just play forever. You're not looking for an ending, you know. What's that one with the Lego looking pieces? Where you smash the blocks and build stuff.
Roblox or
Well,
Minecraft?
yeah,
Minecraft.
Minecraft was the one I was thinking about, but Roblox too. Yeah, you know, I mean that's, you know, there is a story, there is a game to it, but when it's over, people are just enjoying the, you know, building and interacting and, you know, whatever. So yeah, I think I agree with that.
Yeah, Geek Flag, but Nate said, hello everyone, sorry I'm late. Agree with you, Troy. My dad used to say the greatest skill you could ever learn is the ability to learn from someone else's mistake.
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly right. I mean, that my mother knew I was onto something when she used to use the old mom thing. Well, if your friends all jumped off of a bridge, would you jump off of a bridge? I said, well, it depends on how it turns out for them.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
they're diving into a river and they're having fun. Yeah, probably. If, you know, they're hitting concrete and, you know, turning themselves into a big strawberry jam stain. Yeah, maybe not.
Yeah. Or are they doing that bungie thing?
Yeah, I don't think I
never
would do that. Just because I don't think I would enjoy that as much as so many other people.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like that's falling out of control. And it's like, no, I like to be in control of my person as much as possible.
So Boomer says the last Ubisoft game he played was Rayman Legends. I don't even know that one.
I haven't heard of that one. But then again, I'm not a gamer, so some of these games, it's like, sure, okay. You know?
Yeah.
Like, I've heard of Final Fantasy. I've never played it.
Samuel Proctor kind of indirectly reminded me what I was going to say.
Ah.
So with the Cleopatra thing, with the what's his name, the Black Samurai and whatnot, pointing out that these gamers that are rewriting history, it's effectively, I mean, we all know that rewriting history is cultural vandalism to begin with, but by taking someone else's culture and making a game out of it or whatever, and mistreating it that way, well, there's your cultural appropriation, right? You know, everyone's all up in arms about cultural appropriation. Well, it's not cultural appropriation if you're honoring it. You know, when you dishonor it, yeah, that's cultural vandalism and cultural appropriation. And that's a problem. And people get pissed about it. And you should not be surprised when that happens.
Okay, this is funny. Padawanami, welcome, says, and if all your friends jumped, would you? I hate to tell you, Mom, but I think I'm the one that taught
I'm the one that did it first and told them. Well, that was the other thing. My mother always said, be a leader, you know, don't be a follower, you know. I'm like, well, depends. Sometimes I want someone else to go first. See how it goes for them first.
Yes. And to Geek Flag with Nate's, hello, and bonjour, comment ça va?
Yeah, the Padawannabe, that's a good dude. He streams with me a few times a week.
Oh, he's awesome.
Yeah.
Because of him, we did the Padawannabe challenge
Yes,
over on
exactly.
Pop Channel. And that was taking like 30-year-old gum and eating it on camera. And it was funny because it seemed like everyone that did it was like making faces and all that sort of thing. I'm just eating it very matter-of-factly, no expression or anything. Just like, no, it's crunchy, it's kind of powdery, okay.
Well,
And he goes, she was the only one who didn't have any sort of like reaction, like making faces and stuff.
SW Gamer says, yeah, I remember time you could ride a donkey and wear a sombrero on May the 5th. Yeah, you know, this is the other thing too. It's this idea of the not respecting people's cultures on the one hand, and then turning around and getting, enraged on someone else's behalf, right? So there was a YouTuber who went, during May the 5th. He put on a fake mustache, one of those big handlebar mustaches, the sombrero, the poncho, and was going around in a Hispanic neighborhood asking, are you enjoying the festivities, so on and so forth. By the way, when you see a white guy like myself dressed like this, does this offend you? And not a single one of them said, oh, yeah, that's really kind of not cool. It's cultural. No, this is great. I'm glad you're having a good time, I mean...
It's like cosplay.
Well, yeah, and look, I think that, negative stereotypes, bad, but some stereotypes are just fun. They don't hurt anyone. They're not intended in, and I use the whole, Italian American thing too. The I mean,
forget about it.
Forget about it. Yeah, I mean,
I'm walking here.
They tried to make a thing out of the Sopranos, and the Italian community, like by and large, just came out and said, "Go F yourselves." These things are stereotypes about specifically about mob culture for sure, but Italian American cultural in general for a reason. I said I could watch an episode of The Sopranos and point to different characters and go, that guy reminds me of my Uncle Richard. Oh, that was like my Uncle Ralph. My grandfather's friend Tony. He was just like this guy. I mean, spitting
females. It's like, oh, grandma was like that.
Oh yeah, exactly.
And it's like
every once in a while. That Three Amigos movie.
Yeah.
Oh, great! I haven't seen that one in years. I'll have to do that one as a rewatch again sometime real soon.
It's like every once in a while, the Brooklyn Italian accent will come out of me, even though I'm not Italian, only through marriage.
Joey. What are we going to do, Joey?
I figure if it doesn't offend my husband that sometimes my accent changed to Brooklyn Italian, then, it's okay.
They all called him Jimmy 2 times because he said everything 2 times. I'm going to go get the papers. And Potawatomi says, oh, yeah, I don't think Apy0n knew about that one. It's not that bad, everyone. I've eaten dirt. 30-ish years old gum is easy. It was, honestly, for me... It was disappointing. I was hoping for just a little bit of that flavor of that bubble gum. That hard, crunchy, because let's face it, it was hard, crunchy bubble gum back when we first got it fresh, in quotes, fresh. And there's none of that left. It's sad. It's sad. But,
yeah. So, what game is either coming out or that has come out that you would recommend to first-time gamers out there?
Yeah.
First-time gamers. Well, I mean, I still play a lot of Fortnite. I love all the different skins they add to that game. It definitely can get some money from you. But like a first-time gamer game, that's a tough one. It depends on what type of game you like, because there's so many different genres of games, and you got fantasy games, and there's like puzzle games, there's fighting games.
Okay,
really
so
tough.
like the games I've been playing lately have been they do have side quests. What's the one I'm playing now? It's okay. I play, I guess, what's called the mom game. So I'm playing a game called Island Hoppers. And basically, I've got a farm, I've built up my farm, and then they have me go on side quests to save, other parts of this island, to, drive out the bad guys, restore, like, monuments and things like that they have, their statues and what have you, figure out a bunch of different puzzles. So it's really kind of like puzzle-based, so those are the type that I've been doing lately. Sometimes I'll have ones that have a little bit of a mystery involved, and you have to try and figure out some of the mystery. But it's like, so those are the type of games I've been doing lately. Those and the ones where it's like, what do we call it? Strategy games. So I'll do some of those as well. So like, if I were to go to you and say, hey, I'm into these type of like strategy games and stuff, what would you recommend for someone like me?
Well, I mean, like Command and Conquer was always a really good real-time strategy game growing up, and Man, strategy games. Yeah, I'm trying to think now because I know Command and Conquer, StarCraft was good. But a game that I definitely would recommend is like the Mass Effect trilogy. I think those three games are some of my favorite games I ever played, especially the second one.
Okay, and if somebody's a hardcore gamer, they've done it all. You know, like you do a bunch of different stuff, they do a bunch of stuff. Is there anything coming out or anything that's already been out that you're like, if you haven't played this, or this one's coming out, you need to play this?
Well, Final Fantasy VII Rebirth was really good. I really enjoyed it. Some people didn't like it, but I really, really enjoyed playing that game. Red Dead Redemption's a great game. That's SW Gamer. The second one especially. And what else? Yeah, the Space Marine game looks great. It's like kind of like Gears of War. Gears of War is a fun franchise. Halo would be a good game to get into. There's just so many. It's hard to pick. But yeah, strategies, Command and Conquer, StarCraft, Halo Wars. I guess there's a few.
So I figure if there's any
Civilization
hardcore
6.
gamers out there, here's some recommendations for you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
And if you're just starting out and these sound appealing, check them out.
Yeah, I do live streams on my channel, full playthroughs of a lot of games. I'll start from the beginning and then break each stream down into parts, and yeah.
Oh, awesome! That's really helpful for people that maybe are a little bit familiar with the games, but are like, okay, I can never get through this part.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Yeah,
helpful to
definitely.
watch. There's some channels that we'll watch where someone will go through games like that, and honey, what was that one female gamer that always got scared every time something swam past her in the water? And what was that game?
I haven't watched her in a long time, but they were watching, or she was playing Subnautica,
Yeah, it's like,
and I can't remember who the gamer was.
she
But
would get freaked out every time a fish went by.
But honestly, I felt the same way. I mean, she was reacting the way I'd be. I mean, I wouldn't scream out loud, but in my head, I'd be like, "Oh crap!"
It was just too funny. It's like a regular fish would go by. She's like, oh, wait, there's a fish.
I get creeped out of water monsters in games, like water creatures, because just like the vulnerability of being in the water always kind of freaked me out. In real life, sharks
there
freak
is
me out.
it has that element of kind of like what is it, the something hill, the haunted town with all the smoke.
Silent Hill, yeah.
Silent Hill. It's kind of like that when you have this open space in front of you and you can't see that far, and there could be anything in there.
Yeah.
And you already know that in Subnautica, it's entirely possible that you have these giant leviathans out there,
Yeah.
and other dangerous things, and it's quiet. It's just really quiet. It's, oh God,
It's
oh
like, it's
God,
too
oh God.
quiet.
Yeah, exactly.
quiet.
It's incredibly daunting,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
Yeah, I remember playing Half-Life back when I was like a kid, and there'd be the underwater sections where you have to run around there and be like these mutated fish monsters in there, and I used to hate that part so much. Like, the stress level would be in peak when I'm playing those parts.
Let me ask you something. There's a game going way back to the early 2000s. Do you remember a game called Resistance: Fall of Man?
Yes.
You play it?
Yeah, I played the first one co-op with my buddy. It was pretty fun co-op playing together on.
It is
co-op.
the only first-person shooter. Wait, let me think this through. Is this true? I think it's the only first-person shooter I've ever played all the way through to the end.
Really?
Yeah. They had whatever the system was that it was on, PS3, I think.
Yeah, one of the places.
They had it at the office I was working at, and I'd go during my breaks and lunches, and I'd play this game, and I actually made progress all the way to the end. And I was like, holy crap, I actually played this all the way through,
Yeah, that was a pretty good game. I did enjoy that one.
Yeah, it's like now here's to show you how old school me and Troy are. One of the first games that I played was called Adventure, and it was these pixelated dragons that you had to kill, and you can only hold one item
Adventure.
at a time. Adventure
on the
that's it.
Atari, yes.
Yeah, Adventure, that was it. adventure, and you had to go through like a little maze, and then and you had to kill the dragon so that you can get to another room to get like a key or something, so that you can then like get out or escape. And in order to try and move two items at the same time, you had to kind of push one while you're carrying the other. It was hilarious. And there's one part where you have a bridge that you're trying to carry, and if you drop in the wrong spot, that bridge is gone. You have to start over.
Oh my gosh.
I'm thinking that I enjoyed Resistance: Fall of Man so much. The one game that seems to be real popular right now that's got me thinking I might enjoy it in a similar way is Fallout. I think I'd like to play, Fallout maybe.
Yeah, Fallout's pretty good. Fallout 3, like Liam Neeson's your dad, and it's pretty interesting hearing Liam Neeson's voice in a video game. And then,
so I know that if I get abducted, he's got some, certain set of skills
exactly,
that I can rely on. Yeah, exactly. But it also means I'm going to get kidnapped on a regular basis, so maybe I don't want Liam Neeson as my dad. At some point, you just got to say, maybe he's not a very good father.
I love that joke in Deadpool. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
I had another Taken nightmare.
Exactly.
Liam Neeson's daughter, and he wasn't having it. So good.
Oh, gosh. I've got a certain set of skills, and if you're not careful, I'll come make you an omelet.
Right?
Well, the whole premise, though, of those movies is that the daughters didn't listen.
Yeah. That's I that was the not joke that I made with the first couple of them. I'm like, every daughter should see this movie. Every father should make their daughter see this movie.
Yeah. Like, I thought in the first one they were going to save the friend, but she just overdoses and dies. I was like, oh my God, that's pretty dark.
Yeah.
Like, and it's crazy. What's scary about it is like trafficking of people, something that happens in real life. So it's like, this is something that actually happens. It's kind of more terrifying than, fictional.
Yeah.
drama.
And it's, trying to get through to it's not even just kids these days. It's these people that have lived cushy lives in the West who just have no idea how reality works. And it's like, we're not talking conspiracy theories and, and stuff that only happens in third world countries. We're talking about real stuff that's really happening, and you need to open your eyes and pay attention. Mm-hmm. And if you don't do what your parents say, it could go very, very, very bad for you.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we're not here to talk about Liam Neeson.
And SW Gamer is asking, did you play World of Warcraft?
Yeah, I played a lot of World of Warcraft, especially when it first came out. I was super into that game for a long time. That was back when I really thought Blizzard was a good company before they sold out.
Yeah, this is the sad thing. Like EA and Maxis, back when it was Sims 1, 2, even to an extent, Sims 3, they were good companies and it was a good game, and now they've just gone, oh my God. Yeah.
The Sims suffered so badly from microtransaction sickness, where there's like a million little items that they want you to spend extra money on. So it just comes to the point where it's like, okay, so you clearly made the base game, then you have all this stuff off to the side that you want me to spend more on. So it seems like you're getting less and less from the base money you're spending, and they really want to funnel you to buy more.
The other thing about Sims is it's so customizable. You really don't need to buy their tchotchkes, because you can make them or get them elsewhere, for little or no cost from customizers. The real problem I have, and Boomer's probably going to be sitting at his keyboard laughing at me because he's heard this so many times. When we first bought the first 3 versions of Sims, you went out and you bought discs. You'd buy the discs, you'd load the game, and if they went on to another version, well, you could just keep playing your version indefinitely if you chose to. Now you have to be online, and if they ever shut down the server, that's it. The game goes away. You're done. You can't play it anymore.
This whole online only death of physical media, and Ubisoft was again like they were taking people's like video games away basically. Like if you owned a game only digital, they could take it off the marketplace so you can't download it, even though you bought it. So it's technically not even yours. You were kind of like renting it for the full price. It's a super weird business practice to take people's stuff away that they already paid for. You know what I mean? It's like that's mine now technically, but it's just yeah.
Yeah, it's like if I
Crazy.
paid for it, it should be mine, not
Yeah.
I'm renting it.
Yeah,
I mean, especially at the prices that they're asking for it.
Yeah, that's why I'm glad I still have a lot of physical media, a lot of my favorite movies and stuff on disc, and some games on disc. I went through a phase when I was growing up where I went to GameStop and I would sell a lot of my games for like basically nothing. It was such a bad decision. Like one of my best friends, like he kept every single one of his games, so he has like this amazing physical media library, and he'd always tell me you shouldn't sell your games. You're only gonna get like $5 for a game you spent like 60 on. And looking back, it was just such a bad decision to try and make a quick buck when like the game was so much more worth. It was worth so much more, you know, especially that physical copy.
Oh yeah, it's like
Now there's games that they don't even like make anymore, you know. So it's like I had something incredibly rare that I kind of just gave away. Kind of a bummer.
it's like Troy and I used to also play like Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale, and those. And in fact, I had come across 2 huge boxes of these games that we had, which of course we haven't played in years. So I put them up on eBay, which they're still up on eBay. I mean, I sold some of them, but if y'all are interested in retro games, now they may not work on modern systems because a lot of them are Windows 95, 98. They may work, they may not work. I don't know if you can get them to work on modern systems, but if you're interested in those, I'll drop the link to my eBay. And if you're like, hey, yeah, remember this one? Even if you just want to have it, feel free to buy it.
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, it's like, so I have up there Baldur's Gate, King's Quest, some Star Wars games, a TIE Fighter versus something.
X-Wing versus TIE
X-Wing,
Fighter.
thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I knew you'd remember because it was your game.
Yes.
Like a whole bunch. Leisure Suit Larry.
Oh man.
That one's for adults.
Yeah.
That
I remember
was a
when they were
weird
making
game.
that.
That was a weird game.
That was a very weird game. Yeah.
It really was.
It's like we got through about, I think, half of the first game before it was kind of like, yeah, this is, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I got ones like Elvira. I have Elvira Accolade, Innocent Till Caught, Kyrandia. That's King's Quest. Some ones that are mystery, like Sherlock Holmes, Secret of the Silver Earring. Some other ones like Might and Magic.
There
Yeah,
was an
so I've
old
got-
Blade Runner game. Did you guys ever play that?
I
computer.
have.
Boomer had been telling me about that one. Yeah.
It's pretty fun clicking, you know, just a little click adventure mystery game where you gather clues and
Yeah.
kind of like the Telltale games are nowadays, but way before them. So kind of like the precursor
Okay.
to that style.
Well, I dropped my eBay link. Like I said, if anyone's interested in retro games and they want to take a look and say, oh yeah, I remember this one, I want this one, feel free.
Yep. Absolutely.
Yeah, so those kind of games are ones I'm more familiar with, like the Baldur's Gate type of adventure, puzzle things. My favorite thing to do was call up like 100 Drits that would just decimate everything in the area. I could not be defeated. It's like, oh, you're the big bad, huh? Okay, Drits. And I would just multiply my
Yeah.
Drits.
Cheat codes are like sometimes really fun. Just
I
saying.
remember my Game Shark. I had a lot of fun with that on the was it like the Nintendo 64 with the Game Shark. And then before that too, there was the Game Genie, I think, that you put on the older Nintendo, and it would have like all the cheat codes unlocked.
Oh, I remember. I didn't have it, but yeah, I remember friends having it.
Free
Yeah,
to
you would like
comment, I
attach it
pinned.
to the game, and yeah.
I pinned.
StreamYard. You have Blade Runner in your Steam account. Oh, that's right. Well, I've been so busy with Goat Simulator, I kind of forget what else I have in Steam.
And then Tim says, up, up, down, down, left, right, B-A-B-A,
Oh, the Konami code. Yeah.
And what does
That's
that
been
make you
used
do?
so many times.
It was a cheat code for, I don't remember what the first game was that it was in. It gave you, like, God mode. But then, it's been used in other things, usually as a kind of an Easter egg at this point. But, yeah, it's...
Yeah, that's like the all your base are belong to us. You would, like, type that in, and it would instantly win the game for you. It would, like, kill all the enemies.
Yeah.
It was like the safe word. If you're just tired of the match and you want to win instantly, you just type it in.
See, and I just don't understand why more games didn't have, and some do. You have your easy mode, hard mode, and God mode. Just put it right into the game and just say, you know what, I'm gonna play this on God mode. I want to see the story. I want to just not deal with the difficulty levels. I just want to kill everything, one shot or whatever.
Sometimes the story is better than the actual gameplay. You just want to know what's happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so Tim knows it. He says that was from Contra. You get 30 lives. Yeah. See, and I do. You could do the same thing, and it's actually built into The Sims. You open up the. I call it the cheat pane, but I think it's the testing mode or whatever. And you can set, infinite money. You can set you don't age, you don't die. You could do all that kind of stuff. I think sometimes that's fun.
Oh yeah. That's one of my favorite things to do in that Planet Coaster game is go into the sandbox where there's no money limit, no limits. Like there's like the only limit is like. Once you build a certain amount of things, like it tells you, okay, you're at 100%. You build anything else, the game can't handle it, basically. So it's like you have a asset limit, but other than that, just go crazy.
Exactly.
Design, create to your heart's desire.
There you go.
And sometimes you're limited only by the frame rate of your system.
That's exactly it. Yeah, exactly. Like, okay, it's starting to chug now. Can't build anything else.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah, there are games like that where you're like, okay, I can't do anything else yet because I got like all these builds going on. It's eating up all my memory, so I gotta wait till they're done.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But after Planet Coaster and Fortnite, I started to like watch more YouTubers. Like I watched like Critical Drinker and Nerdrotic and all those guys, and it was kind of around the time when they were covering like Rings of Power Season 1 and She-Hulk and shows like that, and that's kind of when I started to like want to make my own channel where I talk about pop culture stuff. So I started doing some of that.
Yeah, so you like that Acolyte, huh?
I liked it at first, and then it like revealed its madness and how terribly it was written, and it was just like, okay, yeah, this is impossible to defend on any level. It's truly something else. That's
when even Grace Randolph turns on it, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, and like every interview with Leslie Headland where she tries to explain it, it just gets worse and worse because even she doesn't know what's going on. And Darth Plagueis and Yoda.
Oh, she likes all the Star Wars.
Man. And the whole the Sith and how the Jedi are evil and the Sith are the good guys. And it's just what a mess.
I'm sorry. You could do moral relativism with some things. Star Wars is not one of them. It was very clear good versus evil. It was, it is built into the dark side and the light side. Okay, that's how it is. Don't talk about putting George Lucas first and honoring his legacy and all that kind of stuff. And then do that kind of crap. It's. I'm sorry. I can't hear what you're saying because what you're doing is overriding it.
Yeah, she called it like benign sexism. That's what Soul had going, and like, and then there's like in the interview they're saying like, oh, Soul is even like so selfish that even when Osha is choking him to death, he tells her it's okay. So he's taking away her agency. Where it's like, what are you talking about? Like he's literally being choked to death, and but it's not good enough. Like
Yeah.
he should have fought back or something. It's like, what are you talking about? Like the villain's killing the main character, and then they want us to sympathize with her. Her and her
Yeah.
terrible. Osha and May are the worst Star Wars characters ever made.
Yeah.
They're
Yeah.
up there
You know,
with Rose Tico and
I was gonna say
Yeah.
I thought that the characters in the sequel trilogy were bad, but they've found a way to make it
Right?
worse. I mean,
I never thought it could be worse than Last Jedi for me. I thought that would be the Star Wars thing that would always
way
be
I
bottom
see-
for me, but
the way I see their writing in Star Wars getting worse and worse, I don't think it's going to be long before we get to Idiocracy, and Star Wars is just a bunch of Jedi and Sith kicking each other in the balls, you know, and that's the whole show, you know.
yeah, it's just oh my gosh.
But-
There's so much wrong with that show. Like Vanestra, her acting was terrible, and she's Leslie Headland's wife. And there's just, like I know a lot of YouTubers said it, but where is the money, Leslie? Like it is a money laundering scheme, FK. Like it's not $180 million ever on screen. There's never. Don't believe it.
I mean, it's really the negative argument for socialism, right? It pretty much, you know, says this is what socialism is, guys. Is this what you want for your country? You know, this is what Disney has become. Just saying.
Right?
But anyway, so yeah, it's about that time. Do you want to start bringing it in?
Sure. So, oh, and hello to Rocco the Brave. I just saw
That's
you
my-
pop in here.
That's my co-host on my second channel, Two Guys Talking. He's the other guy that talks.
You're the other guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Hello, other guy.
He's the other guy.
They're dropping a
He's your aged boomer.
Yeah.
or his nose network.
Okay, yes.
Oh, it's Sashi. Hey, Sashi.
Welcome, Sashi. Good morning, Sashi.
It's like I hate it when I forget I copied something and I go to paste a hi sweetie in the chat and it's whatever it was I copied previously.
Hey, aged boomer, do you think Rocco's been watching a live from Sparkwood and 21 with us? Hello.
Okay. So, Apy0n, what do you have coming up?
So I got House of the Dragon with Padawannabe every Thursdays at 3 p.m. Until the season's over, so a couple more weeks of that. And then every Sunday, me, Padawannabe, Carla Burton, and maybe a guy named Pop might be there, where we do a watch party of the show Legend of the Seeker, which is like a fantasy show. And we
Oh,
watch
I
that.
vaguely remember that one. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just good fun fantasy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, masculine men, beautiful badass women. It's just a good show all around. But we're watching like 3 episodes of that every Sunday night at 6 p.m. Pacific time, and then on my channel you can see the link to my Two Guys Talking, my other channel, where I make reviews. Like me and Rocco the Brave reviewed all of the Acolyte over there and different stuff like that. But yeah,
Cool.
that's pretty much what I have coming up for now in the future.
And I had forgotten to mention in a stream because we were talking about the gaming and stuff so much. Our guest is pushing for 3K. He's currently at 2,300 subs. So if you haven't subbed, please go over there to his channel. It is pinned to the top of our chat. And make sure that you throw a sub in there because we want to see his channel grow because, well, like for all of us, together we grow.
And remember, if you see a video on his channel that you really like, share it out on your socials, because if you like it, your friends are probably going to like it too.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm just, oh, okay. People are talking amongst themselves. It's like I thought I saw something like addressing me, but it was just somebody saying hello. So let's see. What at the start of the show you had 2,300. Where are you at right now?
Looking on the YouTube Studio app.
Let's see.
2,303. So a couple.
Okay.
So that's anything helps. I don't mind. Whatever.
Can we get a couple more, my lovelies, in the chat? I mean, we got 3. Let's see if we can make it to 5, maybe 10 before we finish closing for the evening.
Yeah. I've got 2 years of content, more content on the way.
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff on his channel. Go check it out. Lots of different sections on there. So he's got like the Final Fantasy, and he's got some other ones, the 2 guys talking and all that. So go check out his channel. There's a lot of really great content there. But in the meantime, let's encourage our guest tonight, and can we get up to 2310? I mean, I know there's probably some of you who aren't subs yet, so come on, peep, show the love.
Mm-hmm.
Troy, what do you have coming up? What's going on with you?
So tomorrow night, well, you know what? First, right after tonight, get yourself over to Deleted Scenes channel for the weekend update and find out what he's got going on his channel for the rest of the weekend. That's a lot to ramble about. So I'll let him speak for himself. In fact, let me drop the link right now.
You do that.
Here you go. So right after you leave here, and again, we get Netter monetized, and she can actually make it so that when the stream shuts down, you just go right over to Deleted Scenes, just
absolutely
auto direct. But and he was getting it too. So that's Thursday. Friday, let's see. If I'm not mistaken, I know that Big Al and Agent Boomer have a Robin of Sherwood tomorrow evening before Last Call on my channel. So Last Call this week, Deleted Scenes, will be a returning guest. We are going to be talking about the first 3 episodes of Season 2 of Outer Range. That dropped actually a while ago, and we've just been so busy and had so many things going on. It's been a while for us to get back to it.
It's actually a really cool show. It's like I didn't realize it had come back because Troy and I watched the first season, and it's basically like, if you like conspiracy theories and you've heard about Mel's Hole, it's kind of
like a dramatization, big dramatization
of Mel's Hole,
fictionalized dramatization of Mel's Hole, but in an almost Yellowstone-ish kind of way. So we'll be talking about the first 3 episodes. We had discussed the first season a while back. You can find that back in my archives. But yeah, that's tomorrow night, 9 Central, 10 Eastern. We will talk, and I will drink. Saturday, let's see.
It's
this
Big
is
Al.
a Big Al night. So it's One Crazy Summer in his John Cusack month. John Cusack and Demi Moore. Haven't seen that movie in years. So, that will be Saturday at 9 Central, 10 Eastern over on Big Al's channel. Then Sunday is, of course, all the stuff that Deleted Scenes is going to be talking about tonight. Except, of course, Boomer and I will be doing Geeky Geezers at 8 Central, 9 Eastern over on Age of Boomer's channel, bringing you all the geeky news that we found interesting this week. And even if all of your favorite YouTubers are talking about it, I think we might bring a slightly different perspective to the topics. And then Monday night,
the movie.
I have not decided yet what I'm doing for Monday night at the movies. I gotta take a look.
I thought it was the Judge Dredd.
Oh yes, that's right. Perhaps
Carl Urban or Stallone.
No. We're gonna do a Sylvester Stallone thematic double feature with Demolition Man and Judge Dredd.
So good, Demolition
Yes.
Man. Love that movie.
So that'll be 8 Central, 9 Eastern on my channel. Tuesday, of course, over on Deleted Scenes channel for Live from Sparkwood 21, which we've been talking about repeatedly tonight because we're just enjoying it so darn much.
That's Twin Peaks season 3.
Season 3, The Return, episode 5. We'll be watching and deep diving. And yeah, these are taking a little bit longer because it's a 1-hour episode, but then we spend a little over an hour because there's a lot to chew on and parse apart. So, yes, Tim, Mel's hole does sound dirty. Yes. Yes, it does.
Well, it's like if you've ever watched the Y-Files.
Yeah, they've got a whole episode about
all these different conspiracy theories and things, and one of the things they talked about was Mel's hole.
Yeah.
It's basically this big black hole that things go into and don't come back.
Exactly.
Like the Bermuda Triangle or something.
Kind of, but you know exactly where it is, and you know. But anyway, so that is Tuesday, and that brings us around to next week, Natter.
Next week, my special guest will be Rod Thunderheart.
Yeah, Rod Thunderheart's going to be a lot of fun.
Yes, it will be. Troy just likes saying the name like that.
I do. Everybody does. And I've enjoyed talking with him in chats in various streams. This will be the first time I can talk to him directly, so that's going to be fun.
Yeah. And Rocco the Brave, thank you for subbing to me. I went to sub to you and saw that you subbed to me, so thanks so much for that. I appreciate it. Let's see. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything in chat. Tim says, get off my lawn. Where's my Social Security?
Yeah, exactly.
And Boomer wants to know if you use how do you use the 3 seashells?
He doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells. Yeah, I can understand why that would be confusing.
I'm glad they didn't have a scene explaining it. Like, it's still just up to mystery. Like,
yeah.
I love that. Such a clever little joke in the movie.
Well,
universe.
so many people have tried to explain it. It's like, no. This is the future. So you've got to assume it's some sort of technology thing, you know? I mean, in fact, I think the one that came the closest to what my theory of it is, there was an episode of The Family Guy where Brian and Stewie were traveling between dimensions. Mm-hmm. And they got to one dimension where they had perfected transporter technology, and they could. He's like, I gotta run to the bathroom. He goes, oh no! In this universe, all you gotta do is call for an extraction, and they teleport the poop out of you. And he's like, oh my gosh, that is like the most brilliant thing. It's like a ridiculous use for teleportation technology. I always assumed the 3 seashells were something like that. You know, just a weird use of technology.
Or it's like a spatula.
No, I don't think it's anything low tech. No.
So anyway, that is the upcoming week. I almost called you Tim. Apy0n, how are you on your subs right now? What number are you at?
I think I got a few more. Hold on, just put my phone down. Up here.
See, because when I go, all I can see is 2.3, and I can't see
307.
There you go.
Okay, there's got to be at least 3 of you out there who haven't subbed yet. Can we get them up to 310? Come on, guys, show the love. I know you can, because it's like one of my guests, we went somehow way beyond. I got him 50 subs, and I'm not even sure how I did that. It's like, but we've been averaging between like 10 to 15 subs per guest, so it'd be great if you guys just let's get at least 3 more, get them up to 310. It's like, I know you guys can do it, and of course I only know how you're doing if you tell us.
Exactly.
I'll do my Bane voice. I can do a mean Bane accent.
No. I can still understand you. You're not doing it right.
Oh, Tim says it's 4 p.m. Time for me to sleep. Oh, you must work nights, or something like that, right? Days, early days. Yeah, I used to work 11 p.m. to 7 a.m. and my system was so out of whack that when I would get home about 8, I would sleep until it was time for me to get up to go back to work again because my system was so totally thrown off.
Yeah, I've had that happen for I go to sleep at a weird hour, and then I wake up early, and then like my whole schedule is kind of weird for the day.
Oh, Tim said it's an old person joke. Hey, I'm an old person, and I didn't get it.
So Curtis Selby, I think at the beginning asked, my avatar is Anakin Skywalker, but done in '90s like 90s Disney animation.
So it's like if the Clone Wars was animated by Don Bluth.
Yeah.
Okay, Rocco the Brave says you're at 2309. Come on, peeps.
One more?
Can we get one
One
more?
more? Anyone out there? One more?
2309.
It's like, let me double check that I'm subbed.
You might be a little older than I thought you were.
Nope, I'm subbed. Troy, are you subbed?
Making references like that. Yes, I am.
Yeah, we're both subbed.
34.
So. JPRPH1 said, I subbed on with all accounts.
Oh,
Osmo
multiple
that way.
accounts. That's awesome. That's awesome, guys. You guys are wonderful.
Come on, we need
Thank you.
one
Thank you so
more.
much.
Who hasn't subbed? Who has an alternate channel that hasn't
Well,
subbed?
unfortunately, the bird woman isn't here tonight, is she? Connie?
Jesse, the link is pinned to the top of the chat. And hello, by the way.
Yes.
So Jesse Guajardo will probably be your 310.
Thank you.
Samuel Proctor says, I'm Gen Z and I get that reference. Okay.
Yeah, but we
One
also
of
don't
us.
eat at 5 p.m. either. It's like... Yeah, we're not your typical old folks.
Tim says, I'm 69. Nice.
That's a good cheer. I want to get to 69 and then have them freeze me so I could just be.
Yeah, exactly.
69
So that you
forever.
could be perpetually 69, right?
Yeah, just have me in a museum.
That works on a
He
couple
lived to
levels,
be
actually.
69. Yeah. He was the only man that lived to be 69 and never became 70. It never
Okay.
happened in history before that.
Rocco the Brave says you're at 2310.
2310. We did it. Awesome, guys.
See, I
Thank you,
told
thank
you, my
you.
peeps are awesome.
You guys
no,
are
no,
awesome.
my peeps are Osmo.
Osmo.
Hours
You
later,
guys
they
are
all- they all
Osmo.
You guys are totally Osmo. Jesse said he's 310. Woohoo!
Yes.
Awesome. Osmo.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's like
We made
my
it.
regular channel people know what
Yeah,
Osmo is.
exactly.
I can explain to you backstage. So now that we've got our subs up a little bit, and don't forget, if you still haven't subbed, you can always sub. After the stream. If you're watching this in the future, please go and sub so that we can get our channel. I can't talk. Our special guest subs up even more, because that would be amazing. But until then, we can talk amongst ourselves, and that's all well good and fun. But it's so much more fun when you guys are joining us in the chat, and you're dropping your comments, questions, trivia, being goofy, whatever it may be. And it doesn't feel like we're separated by miles or continents in some cases. Hi, Sashi.
Yep.
It feels like we're all hanging out in the same room, enjoying each other's company and having a great time. And you guys, you know you're not just our friends. You are our family. We love you guys and we appreciate you so very much. You can be anywhere right now and you're here. That's so encouraging. I love seeing you guys in all of our streams, not just encouraging us on the panel, but each other in the chat. You guys are Osmo. So thank you for that. Thank you for encouraging my guest tonight by getting some more subs in there for him, getting a small milestone, but still a milestone. And you guys do that every week whenever I have a guest on, where you just, really encourage them. So I super appreciate that. Let's see, our next stream will be tomorrow night with Last Call with Troy Pacelli. Actually, no, before that, Big L and Boomer on, did you say it's on Big L's channel for tomorrow night?
Yeah.
So on Big L's channel, but then after that, at nighttime, for the adults, Last Call with Troy Pacelli. So make sure you join us, 9 p.m. Central, 10 p.m. Eastern for that. And until then, good night and God bless.